Guess I'm live now. Hey, what's up? This is George Shamoun, and in this video, I'm gonna go over, as the title states, what Linux commands new users should start with, and I will answer some of your questions. So I have a few I wrote on a side, and I can read them off and explain. But if you have any questions about using Linux commands, let me know, please, in a box. Submit your comments or questions, and I will answer you on this live stream. So Linux is. Let me know, please, in a box. Submit your comments. Just mute this. So Linux, we talked about Linux a bit today, and it was too general about installation. But now we're gonna talk about some of the commands that you should start with. So let's say you have Linux installed and you are ready to use the command line. You access the terminal where you can type commands, and you are ready to start using the commands and learn about them if you're new. Even if you're experienced, this will be a refresher. It will help. So again, my name is George Shamoun. If you're on this live stream, I want to thank you so much. Submit your questions and comments and topics you'd like me to talk about in the future. If you have any questions about using Linux commands and how to get started, you can submit it in the comment, and I will answer you right now on this live stream. And also, if you like this kind of content using Linux commands, making web pages using Visual Studio Code for code editing, and using HTML, CSS, making simple website, let me know, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I need to grow it, and in return, I will help you with answer questions, about questions you have, making lives and other tutorials. So let me know if you can hear me and if you're here. So, and if you have any question, just let me know. So some of the commands I recommend a new user to use are let's start with who. When you type who at the command line, the WHO, it will give you who's logged in a system. And if you have more than one user, it will show you a list of users. Another command is who am I? It's one word, who, WHO, AMI, who am I? This, it will give you your username because you logged in, let's say, as George K. Shamoun. And if you type at the command prompt, who am I, one word, it's gonna give you the username. So another one is PWD. PWD will give you the present working directory. So in Linux, the file system is a tree-like. It's like a tree, in the branches out of it. So when you work, whatever you want to do in Linux, you have to know where you at in a tree structure. Are you at your home directory, at the root, at what level are you in a directory? Because if you want to access a directory or a file, you have to know where you at so you can use the right path. So another one is, so that's PWD, present working directory. It shows you where you are, what is your present directory. So and another one is CD, change directory. When you're at the command prompt, let's say you are at your home directory and you want to change to a different directory, you use the cd command, cd, and then you type the destination directory where you want to change your current to. So let's say you're at your home directory and you want to go up one level to the root directory. You add change at the root directory. Yeah, you added cd change /. That's the root directory. So another one is very important one. Those commands I use daily whenever I use Linux commands. You know, some commands you don't use often, very rarely, but some commands you use all the time. Another one is ls. ls will list the files and directories starting from your current directory where you at. So if you're at your home directory, and at the prompt you type ls, it's gonna list the files and directories in your home directory. And if you wanna go up one level, you type cd, actually the cd, yes, cd tilde will take you to the home directory. So what else? Other commands you should learn when you start with Linux, the mv command. The mv, it will move one file from one place to another. So basically, let's say you have a file named George1 and you want to rename it to George2. So what you gonna do, move, you gonna type move George1 space and you type George2. So basically you change the name of the file or directory to the new one. And the rm is remove file or directory. Actually, rm, it removes the file. So if you type rm at the command prompt and you type the file of the name you want to delete, it will delete a file for you. Now, the to delete a directory, you have to use the rmdir in one word, abbreviated remove directory, but it's in one word. rm remove rmdir. So guys, if you're on this live stream, I want to thank you so much for joining. Let me know if you have any question in the comment box so I can answer you right now. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I want to grow it and I need your help. And every subscriber means a lot to me and makes a huge difference. So make sure you subscribe if you have not already. And also submit your questions in the comment box so I can answer it now if you have any question about Linux commands. If you're new, you're starting new, even if you're not new and you have a question, we can answer it. And so another one is move. Yeah. Touch is a good one to know. Touch. If you want to create a file in from the Linux commands, you type this. We're talking now about Ubuntu 22.04. That's what I have. That's what I use for Linux. But you can use any other systems, any other distributions. But the one I use is 22.04. And so yeah, if you guys have any question, let me know and submit your questions in a comment box or say hi at least. So this way I know you can hear me, you know. Sometimes the audio is not perfect, but if you can hear me, let me know. So, so these are some of the very few commands I use daily. The who am I, pwd, cd, ls, mv, rm, r rmdir to remove directories. And there are, you know, Linux is has a lot of tools for networking, so you can find out a lot of information about your own computer and the network equipment like the cards and the IP addresses, and if it's connected to another one, you can find out what's the IP address, what's the Linux was created with the network in mind, with networking in mind. So another one is okay. Also, you can use Linux commands using the diagnostics command for an internet connection or network sockets, and you can test your speed. You know, that's one of the things you can do. So and also you can use one of the commands I like is the IP address command. It will give you your own IP address for your own computer, and it will give you the other ones. Some of them are, let's say, IPv6. Some of them are IPv4. It will give you all of those. So this is a very important feature. Um, so. Now the ping command, the ping, if you have the IP address of a host of a networked computer, and you have the IP address, you can ping it to see if it's reachable, if it's online or not. So what you do is you type a ping and space the name of the server, and then it will ping it, and it will give you the statistics of the ping in the output. And what's nice, you can decide how many packets you want to send when you use the ping command. So basically, ping command tests the connectivity and if you can reach a node on the network. So if you ping it using the IP address, let's say ping a web server or such and such, if you have their IP address, or if you have the DNS, like the friendly name, let's say like mine is georgekcwebservices.com, and you can use those, and then you can ping them, and once you ping them, you see if the packets is reachable or not. The system will give you a lot of details. It's a very nice command for diagnostics. So and for network diagnostics, that is. And then you have the NS lookup. The NS lookup, you type NS lookup at the command prompt and space, you enter the URL of a domain name, and it will give you the DNS servers. NS lookup, the command, and you type the domain name, it will give you, it will return the DNS server, like domain name systems, you know. So and then you have trace route. Trace route is a great command to trace the not only the connectivity, if there's a break in a link somewhere in the during the transmission or at the transmission, because uh, sometimes uh, you're not able to reach a node when you ping it, so you have to find out where is it stuck, where is your signal going, and where does it get stuck. So that's one of the diagnostic tools you can use, you know, or for information if you want to know, let's say how many a node or switch or equipment with the IP address uh, you can hit before you get to the customer, and you can find out those things, you know. So and there's another command which is very important. It's the IP address commands. There are so many of them, but the one is I like is the IP. You just type, I think, show IP at the command prompt, and it will give you a list of IPs that your system is attached to or programmed to. So if you have, let's say, two network cards, it's gonna give you more information than one network card, and it will give you the IP addresses. So yeah, this is very interesting. So if you guys you're on this live stream, make sure you submit your comments in a box or questions if you have them. And I went over so few commands. Let me know if you have any questions. We went over the who am I, the PWD, the CD, the LS, the MVRM, and then we went over the ping, NS lookup, trace route, and IP address. So we went over those. If you have any questions, submit them in a comment so I can answer you on this live stream right now. So yeah, so Linux is a very good operating system, and the power in Linux lies in the command line. You want to make sure if you want to use Linux, use the command line interface mostly if you can. And now with the advancement of technologies, the GUI can do a lot, but the command line interface and using the commands is more powerful than not using them. So, guys, if you have any question, let me know. Submit your questions, and I will try my best to answer you. So, yeah, I see people coming in and out. Thank you so much for joining, whether you're on this live stream or on a future replay. I value your time and your attention. And let me know if you have any questions in the comment box so I can try to answer you. Anybody else have a question? Anybody else on this live stream? I see one only. So, yeah, so anybody have a question? I guess people are tuning in and out without leaving any comments or any questions. So, any questions, comments? All right, so anyone else have a question? Anybody? My name is George Shamon, and on this live stream, we're talking about how to use Linux command and to be specific, how to get started with them if you're new, because there are so many commands that you can use in a Linux command, the terminal window, but you want to make sure you get an idea about which one to use. You can't use all of them. Some of them are difficult. You don't even know how to use them, like including myself. There are a lot of commands I don't know how to use, but I use the basic commands, the very basic ones, and the one that are a little bit advanced, not much. So any questions? So if you guys are interested in learning Linux, I have a course online. It's a self-paced course. I can link it in the bottom below. So questions, comments, criticism. Anybody have a question? Okay, so yeah, again, we're talking about what Linux commands new users should start with, because Linux has hundreds of commands and script, but you don't want to use them. So nowadays, because you have access to the command for free, and you don't want to be restricted. Anybody else? Questions, comments? All right, I guess I don't see any comments in a box, and I don't even know if somebody is watching because I'm getting the signal that there is someone. But I can't see that person. Let's see. Okay, I guess no questions coming in. Anybody else have a question about using Linux commands and how to get started? Any few minutes ago, I went over what commands should you use. The IP command is very important. The IP command, it gives you the IP address. It shows you how to connect to other services. Questions, comments. Okay, I guess no questions coming in. I should wrap it up, I guess. So okay, I guess I'm gonna have to end the stream because nobody is showing up and nobody is asking questions. So I'm gonna wrap it up and then maybe tomorrow I'll do another one, another live. So yeah. Hey, what's up? Do you have any questions? All right. So okay, so that's it for this video. If you are on this live stream, I want to thank you so much. And if you're tuning in the future, also, I want to thank you. But in any case, make sure you submit your questions if you have any questions about the subject. And let me know if you need anything else to know about Linux commands. So with that said, I want to end it now. Have a good night, good evening.